Jason Grill said, "Yo, panel, y'all the best. This is the only show that can get me to watch a 3-hour-long podcast and basketball. Do you guys think Shai is peaking so high in scoring that he has a top 5 shooting guard peak? And 5 more years of this gets him into the top 5?
5 more years of this? 5 more years averaging 33 a game? Hell yeah.
He plays the one. He plays the one. But if you are calling him a shooting guard, yes, he would be a top 5 shooting guard peak to me.
Top 5 shooting guard peak. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood.
If we're saying he's a 2, he's
the
one.
We are saying
if he was a 2,
he would be a top 5 shooting guard peak.
In terms of scoring, or in terms of what are we talking about here?
Play, right?
Overall play. Yes.
So, who's he peaking over?
Whoever's not MJ, Kobe, Wade, and Harden. And to be honest, I'll have the Harden.
What about AI?
No.
Shout out to AI, man. Shout out to AI.
AI's peak? You think that?
I got bad news for AI right now this season.
Shout out to AI.
You think that if Shai does 5 more years of 33 points, right?
He clears Allen Iverson.
I don't think he has to do 5 years at all.
If we get a half a decade of this Shai, this is the gap between him and Allen Iverson. It's a huge gap. Yes. He clears him.
Shai's better than AI.
Right now, he's better than AI.
This year, his peak year this year is better than AI's peak year. Right. I'll give you better than AI's MVP season. That I can agree to. I can attest to that.
Okay.
If he does 5 more years of this, right, of this 30, what is it, 36 and 4 or 5?
Well, I don't know what he averages.
I think he's averaging 33 right now.
Yeah, 32, 33, 6 and 6, something like that.
If he does 5 more years of that, does he pass Allen Iverson's peak? I don't think so.
So listen. So what you just told me. You just told me that this year he's better than Allen Iverson was in 2001. That was peak Allen Iverson.
Right.
So that means that 5 more years of this guy, and Allen Iverson went the other way after 2001. He wasn't nearly as good in 2001 as he was. He wasn't nearly as good in 2002 and 2003 and 2004 and 2006 as he was in 2001. You're telling me that Shai, who was already better than him in 2001, we get 5 more years of this, he still doesn't pass Allen Iverson? No, that logic doesn't work, brother. It doesn't.
I don't think so.
Chill. Allen Iverson didn't go and if he did take a step back, it was this.
Minimal. We got to understand what was just said. He said he'll accept that SGA this year is better than AI's best season. And so cool. We've established that. I think we're all on the same page with that. Maybe not you, Ron. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not you, Ron, but stay out of this. You're the host.
Okay.
So if we get 5 more years of Shai playing at this level, which means another 5 years of him playing better than Allen Iverson's best year.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No one
stays at their peak for 5
playing
years.
Better than Allen Iverson's best season.
Guess what? I don't understand.
What's the conversation?
He can't stay at this peak for 5 years, right? He can't average 33. No one does.
No one
does, and that's not how it works. But
hold on, no. That's where I kind of disagree with that. Now, Allen Iverson, when he did it, he was 25. But here's the thing, though. I disagree with Chill. I don't think Allen Iverson after 2001 went
got worse.
I don't. The next
I
year
ain't saying this, Ron. I'm saying this. This is what he did.
Okay, the next year he averaged more points. The next year he averaged more steals. So it's like he was the next year he was right there. He just didn't go back to the finals. That was the only thing. But the next year he was the same player. The following year he was fantastic too.
Right.
So you know,
so that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this. I'm saying this.
Okay, he might have leveled out. He might have coasted after that. But here's the thing though. Shai at 26, he's averaged 30 for the last 2 years. I don't see Shai looks like he's still getting better. The three ball's only gonna get better. The whistle's only gonna get better. The mid-range is only gonna his game's not predicated on athleticism, where Allen Iverson's game was
better than what it already is. Holy shit.
Chill, it can't get worse. That's what I'm saying. Like Shai's not gonna come out next year and all of a sudden not be able to make a mid-range shot. Like obviously scores go through droughts, but I'm saying like Shai's only feeling himself more. He's only getting more craftier. He's only getting more in his repertoire. He's not going to lose a step for another. At least I'm assuming so. He's not going to lose a step for.
I could get at this Shai, because this is peak. Have we even seen? Is this even peak Shai?
I don't know. Chill.
This is the best we've seen so far of Shai, but we don't know for sure if this is peak Shai.
We said the same thing to your point, Gifted. We said the same thing. I mean, like, is this peak Joker?
Yeah.
Because 2 years ago, was that peak Joker?
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't until this came around.
Well, it was
Right.
peak,
Exactly.
but he's better than he was 2 years ago. So
That's
this
what
is
I'm-
actually his peak.
Well, if you factor in the fact
It
that
was-
his defense been egregious this year.
The
It was
defense has
prime
been pretty,
Joker.
yeah.
It wasn't
Fair
peak
enough.
Joker.
Right.
I could argue
So
23 Jokic is better than this. But,
So
That's
who
what I'm
you would
saying.
take 23 over this year, Morris?
23 Jokic was playing defense.
23 Jokic was definitely playing defense, Ron. Yes,
This
he was.
Jokic ain't playing no defense.
Yes, he was.
But this
definitely more-
this offensive Joker is better than that offensive Joker.
Why? Because he shoots a better percentage from three.
Yeah.
He's
It
shooting
doesn't.
wide open threes.
Look, that little
And then he went to the
itty-bitty-
playoffs and shot 47%.
That he did do that.
So,
He did do that.
what?
But hold up though.
23
Playoffs
Jokic is a peak
playoffs
Jokic.
hasn't came yet, so we don't know what we gonna get. All I'm saying is
True.
that little itty bitty bit of
I know that
defense that we
defense
got from
gonna be
Jokic.
That's why I know that defense.
That itty bitty that little snippety bit of defense that we got.
What now?
It's not really.
I just don't think it was as bad as it was this year. This is his worst. Like
This
it-
year, he's a clear.
it's bad, bro.
He's hurting
It's
the
bad.
team on defense.
Sure.
Yeah.
23, he was a competent.
Wait, so like I want to ask you this, right? So here's my thing. If we're saying that Shai this year is better than the best year of AI, my question is, what's the gap? Because I don't think Shai needs to keep doing what he's doing to still be better than him. Like he could.
Shai is closer to Wade, Harden, and Kobe.
That's what I'm saying. So my thing is this, right? Like if we're saying that Shai this year is better than AI, I think that Shai's more closer to the higher end guards in that conversation. But I don't think Shai needs to continue to do what he's doing for 5 years to say that his peak was better than AI in terms of like multiple seasons. Shai already has 2 seasons before this where he's averaging 30. So to me, it's like if he's just putting up 29 to 30 a game with similar efficiency and is still like a plus defensive player, I don't think he needs to do all that. Honestly,
And
I
because
think
you
if he
average
does
him-
this for 5 more years, that puts him in a much higher conversation than just overpassing the prime years of Allen Iverson, to me at least.
And because you average less points does not mean that you aren't as good. I mean, Cade
Exactly.
Cunningham is the prime example of that, where Cade Cunningham, he's only averaging a bucket more this season than he did last year, but he's a lot more efficient. His game is a lot different than what it was last season. He's just a much better player. So if I'm averaging 30 a game or 32 a game, that 32 drops to, I don't know, let's say 29 or 28.
Yeah.
And I'm a lot more efficient. Does that mean that I'm falling off? No. That means that I'm
No, it
getting other
doesn't.
guys involved. That does not mean that at all. I feel like other guys are getting involved. I'm getting the other guys involved. I'm doing other things to make my team better. So I don't think Shai has to have to give me 33 a game, which if he did give me 33 a game, I think we having a way different conversation about him for 5 more years if I'm getting 33 a game at this efficiency. But I don't think that we have to get that from him, considering he's already over the last 3 years, averaged over 30 a game and been a pretty efficient guy.
And been
Ron
first
talked
team
about-
All NBA caliber, yeah. Mhm.
Yes, and Ron talks about the free throws. Ron, don't forget, I lead the league in scoring without going to the stripe. Let's make sure we clear about that. Like of all the guys in the league, I lead the league in scoring without going to the stripe. I average 24/7. That's what Irv averages, and he goes to the stripe. That's right outside the top 10. So I mean, that's before I even
Yeah.
get to the stripe. So when you're talking about him and Allen Iverson in terms of players and in terms of peaks, if I could get 5 more years of Shai being as efficient as he is, if I can get him being the bucket getter that he is, and that defense stays where it is, yeah, I think we have a separation.
Allen Iverson isn't even the name I want to talk about.
Yep.
The guy I want to talk about now, granted, if
Is it Harden?
Shai has 5 more years, like his peak's going to be much longer than this guy. But those 2 years, no, let's leave D-Wade out of this. Those 2 years we got from T-Mac.
Oh, T-Mac.
Whew.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Shai's better than him too. But I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I will put Shai's peak above.
Yeah,
T-Mac.
Shai's better.
Ron, why
than
you-
T-Mac.
Okay,
Ron,
his peak-
I don't
his-
understand why you
his-
keep fighting that, Ron. The
his-
dude
his-
led the league in scoring and shot 41% from the floor.
Hey,
Every
his
time
peak
we gotta
might
go
be
over
better.
there.
His peak might be better. He's not a better player than T-Mac.
He's a better
I'm
player than T-Mac, Ron. I'm sorry.
He is not.
How are we evaluating better players?
I don't know how Ron's doing it.
Yeah. Like I want to know your metric, Ron. You gotta talk to me. What's your metric for evaluating
So
a
to
better player?
run to the 41%, okay, yeah, that's kind of nasty. But then obviously you got to
That's
add
not
some
kinda
air
nasty.
tax.
That's not kind of nasty.
You got to add everything into that.
What year was he 41%? Let's look at some team stats.
He led the league in scoring. I want to say in 2003, 2002 or 2003, he averaged
2004.
Well, he shot 45%. He shot 45%.
Yeah, in 03, he shot 45.7%, average 32. In 04, he led the league in scoring again, average 28, shot 41.7%. So, yeah. But 03, quite good.
He was fire in 03, 100%.
Once again, what was that relative to league average? What, he shot a couple percent of the league average?
That's a good
1%?
question.
I mean,
was he at league average? I'm saying obviously everybody. Kobe was inefficient during that time. You guys, we just brought up Allen Iverson. You guys slander Allen Iverson, but somebody has brought up the point before that Allen Iverson was right around league average.
The average field goal percentage was 44% in 04.
Oh, so he was above 42. League average. So now we can ask.
In 04 when he shot 41.7, the average was 44.
So he was below.
So no, 03 he was above league average field goal percentage. Yeah, for sure, by 1.5%.
Yeah.
But with that being said, though, like Jay asked me, what am I evaluating? I'm just evaluating overall game. I think T-Mac was a better defender. I think T-Mac was a better scorer than Shai. He was bigger than Shai. He was a better passer than Shai. Like all of that. More athletic than Shai. Mid-range, I'll give it to Shai, but T-Mac was still a bad motherfucker in that mid-range area. I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at Prize Picks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With Prize Picks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections and every single stat line imaginable to make your Prize Picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with Prize Picks. So what are you waiting for? Download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. Prize Picks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
Who is better at driving to the basket and scoring?
Shai is smaller, and he's more physical going to the basket.
Tracy McGrady was a better finisher.
T-Mac was going to the basket, putting people in the hoop.
Yeah, Tracy
T-Mac was getting downhill. Like, let's not make no mistake.
I hear that, but like I'm mentioning, like how much frequently did he get to the basket compared to Shai?
That rack. But then also too, here's also the thing too. Once again, we got to put error into context. Into context,
man.
Like it was so much harder to get to the rack in the 2000s, where bigs were camping in the paint. You had two bigs. It was more physical. So like, I'm not using that to tax T-Mac. If we're talking about today, if T-Mac played today, T-Mac is living in the paint. Living in the paint. He's getting there at will.
Well, we have two bigs in lineups today. We got Mobley and we got Jared Allen. We got Hartenstein and we got Chet. We got two big lineups. Now
give me 3 other teams.
Let's see, two big lineups. We got Cat and we got Robinson.
Cat. Oh man,
known rim deterrent. Cat.
Yeah, we got.
But Cat's front and center. Like they run that lineup rarely.
Yeah, the Rockets run Şengün and Steven Adams.
Yes.
Yeah, but
we do have two big lineups, no doubt. But I think the separator is we got a lot more space because those bigs, like Ewing Shaq didn't have to worry about David Robinson or Tim Duncan stepping out to the long ball line on the regular. He didn't have to worry about that, right? So, Ben Wallace doesn't have to worry about Kevin Garnett being 22 feet away from the basket on the regular. No, he didn't have to worry about that. He not nearly as much. Kevin Garnett was a bottom player.
17, 19.
17, but he didn't have to worry about him being out there on the regular, right? Kevin Garnett played on the block a lot more than he wasn't just a jump shooting big. We got a lot of guys today like Brook Lopez who stand out on the long ball line. We got a bunch of bigs like that. Bigs back then didn't have to worry about that. So I feel like the spacing is a lot different. So Tracy McGrady, for all intents and purposes, is now looking at the lane where, now Ox, that's interstate number 5.
Chill, it's the Red Sea.
Right. That's interstate 5 now that we jumping on. And this is what it looks like.
We talking about
Yes.
Well,
we talking
yeah.
about
I mean, it depends what team you put him on. Because if you put him on today's Orlando Magic, there ain't no space.
Franz still gets to the hoop.
Of course, I'm not
Bron-
saying he's not
Bron-
gonna get to
yeah.
the hoop. I'm saying there ain't no space. That's what I'm saying.
Ron,
Right.
T-Mac was getting to the cup when the paint was packed. It don't matter.
Of course, good players
talking
are
about
gonna
T-Mac.
get where they want to go, regardless of the era. Like that's not what I'm saying.
It's kind
I'm
of
not
my
saying
point
he's
with
gonna
that.
get to the rim less. What I'm saying is the idea that it's just gonna. I seen someone in the chat say he's gonna average 42 in today's game.
That's bullshit, bro.
That's
Nah.
bullshit.
I mean, it's
I
not
mean,
that
I-
I'm not.
that number's bullshit. That
No.
number's bullshit.
I'm saying that no. I'm saying that's
I'm
bullshit.
really
I'm saying that's
tired
bullshit.
of hearing how every player who
I'm
averaged
tired of that
30
bullshit, bro.
20 years ago
Not
would average
every
40
player,
today.
Mars.
But
People
Not
average
every
42 a night.
Every
No,
single
bro.
player who averaged 30 20 years ago, I have been told
It's gonna
in the
average
last
40
2
something.
years
Yeah,
would
bro.
average 40
All
in
right.
today's game.
T-Mac,
Kevin, you wanna see what's the real
T-Mac,
ones,
Jordan,
though?
and Iverson. T-Mac, Jordan, and Iverson. Okay.
All right, bro.
I'm totally-
Even-
Hey, 42 is still crazy, but shit, I see where you're coming from though.
No,
I'm 38%.
I'm sick of it. Every player who averaged
all right, but Morris, can we get down to the bottom of the real ones that'll do it? Like, okay, I
no
know
one was
everybody
averaging
wanna do it.
40.
Kobe, Jordan, T-Mac.
I think the only name I would
And
really
obviously-
entertain is probably Jordan, and even then it's.
I don't think you
I don't think I understand what-
guys.
I don't
Yeah,
think I
40 is a
understand
lot
what
of points,
40-point average is.
Like,
Oh,
I'm, like,
I
you
think
guys
we
just
do
say,
understand.
oh, he
But
averaged
average
30
now, you got
in this
40,
era,
bro.
so give him 6 extra free throws. So he's gonna average like that's not how it works. You're not
That's
averaging
not how it
40.
works.
Gifted 40.
No, I mean,
Gifted
we just
40
gonna
is a lot,
keep
shit.
That's on a
we just gonna
Tuesday.
keep saying you would. Y'all gonna keep saying you
That's
would.
what I'm saying. You can have 40
Yeah,
on a
that's
Tuesday,
what
it's on a
70 on a
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
So on a Tuesday, I'm 40. On a good night, on a good night when I'm feeling really good, I'm 47.
On a
48.
bad night,
On
it's
a
like
night
20,
where, like,
28.
You know how
You know?
bad
30.
28 would be if you're averaging 40?
That's what I'm saying.
Equivalent of
Like,
Shea scoring 12.
32.
It's a good point.
Right.
Yeah.
30,
Well,
30,
it's like
32.
16, but like, you get my
30.
point. Like,
Yeah, no, yeah.
30.
Yeah.
A bad night
get
when
it.
you averaging 40, a bad night is like 28. That's a bad night if you averaging 40.
horrific night.
That's 12 points below your average, right?
Yeah.
And on a good night, like I said, on a good night, I'm like I got it going. I'm 55. I'm 50 to 55 on a good night.
Yeah.
On a night when I ain't missing, I'm 70 to 80. That's 40 a night. That's what 40 a night looks like. Man, that's a lot of damn points, yo.
40, like
a lot.
40 is ridiculous. Like, 40 is not happening, especially with the regularity that apparently every great scorer from yesteryear.
Yeah, I'm not on that, bro.
We're not
Like,
saying
every-
every.
not
We just
every,
gave you
Mark, not every.
three days. I just
Listen,
saying the fourth. I don't agree.
I'm gonna be
I don't
honest.
agree with that.
No disrespect, bro, but
I
like
didn't say fourth because you said Kobe. I didn't even say Kobe, but
I feel like T-Mac gets like routinely overrated. I really don't want to talk about him. I want to ask about. I don't care. That's fine. I want to ask the question, right? Shai versus Harden to me is the conversation I want to have because I have a lot of respect for James Harden.
You want to come on T-Mac to talk about Harden
Because Harden's a better player than T-Mac. Sorry to tell you that,
No,
Ron.
he's not.
Yes, he is.
He is, Ron.
No.
James Harden is clearly a better basketball player than
I love
No,
Very,
say
very
what you
clearly
said. A
better.
better scorer.
Very
Now,
clearly
we're talking
better.
about basketball player.
He's a
We
better
just talked
player.
about two sides of the basketball, right?
Oh my goodness, man, with this
Nah,
T-Mac
wait,
shit.
before I got up here, y'all were saying that SGA is better than T-Mac. Is what I walked.
Well,
Well,
it started with
Yeah.
Allen Iverson.
What it
Then
started
went
with
to
was
T-Mac.
among shooting guards, where does SGA's peak rank? Is it top 5? Even
Right.
though he's not a shooting guard, but we said for the sake of the conversation, let's
Yeah.
say he is. I
His
said
peak is
I
an
would
over.
have him in the top 5.
That's what I'm saying.
Then we
Gotcha,
had
gotcha.
SGA. Then we discussed SGA versus Allen Iverson. I picked SGA. Gifter picked SGA. Then we had a conversation about Allen Iverson's peak. Blah blah blah. Then Ron brought it over to T-Mac. I said I think SGA is
He's not in the convo, bro.
He's absolutely in the combo.
No, no, the fuck he's not in the convo.
Gifted now thinks T-Mac is overrated. And then we started about how T-Mac could average 40.
Who is putting T-Mac in the convo with Wade, Jordan, and Kobe? Who's doing that?
Who is in the
I'm
combo?
putting
All time, all time in terms of
Who's putting
Yeah,
Shai
bro.
in that conversation?
2003.
How did
T-Mac
Shai get here?
was in that conversation.
He's asking where Shai would be hypothetically if he was to carry this.
behind T-Mac. Behind T-Mac.
I'm saying, Ron. In his question, he said, if we're considering Shai to be a shooting guard, and he
Yes.
did this shit for like 5 more years, if Shai averages what he's doing right now this season for 5 more fucking years, T-Mac is nowhere near close to the fucking door, let alone the house of where Shai will be at.
If we're talking about the
Like, this
longevity,
gas
which
T-Mac
obviously we would have to talk about that. If T-Mac averages 30, or if SGA averages 30 for 8 straight seasons, okay. Like
It's a lot of seasons.
That's a lot of seasons averaging 30 points.
It's going to be a separator. What I said is we're talking about just at their apex. Who's better?
And Shai at his apex is a better player than T-Mac. Period.
Today, I agree. I just don't agree with Gifty.
It's not no period. There's no period on the end of that. You know what I'm saying?
And I just outlined everything for you guys. I believe that T-Mac does.
I just think we're wasting time with the T-Mac conversation because I think the James Harden conversation is a more interesting one. I think I have Harden personally, but
which I could get with that Gifted. But
yeah,
all I want you to do, my man, is Tracy McGrady was nice as hell.
I don't be falling for that nice for hell shit. I like cool, bag work. That's fine.
You can hear how Gifted is saying. There's no point.
Chill. I see you smiling. Chill. I see you smiling, laughing. You agree with me? You agree with me on that?
I 100% said that, but I think it's the conviction in your voice that's
yes, because it annoys me so much when we do this shit for players because we don't talk about the results and their performances in the highest moments. Like, what was T-Mac really?
Because he clearly doesn't know what he's talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
I just think T-Mac loses.
I know what I'm talking about.
Once you start,
what series? Hang on. What series has T-Mac had that's similar to what Shai did versus the Mavericks last year?
Similar to what
Shai did versus the
Mavericks. I'm talking about who was a better basketball player at the what I'm talking about the conversation we're having. Who's better right here? Up here, who's better?
To me, it's
I think Shai.
I understand. I heard y'all say that. What I'm saying is, you asked me a question. What I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go to one playoff series and say, oh, he was better in this playoff series. He was better in this playoff series. That's not how I look at who's a better overall basketball player. Now, to your point, Gifted, if SGA were to do something like this for 4, 5, 6, 7 more years, obviously he's had a much better career than Tracy McGrady. And I'm fine with that. I think inferior players have better careers than superior players all the time. That's normal. It's just basketball. That happens. You know what I'm saying? So
I just think we're saying this is Shai's best.
I just think if this is his best and T-Mac's best, I think it's a conversation to be had. Sure. I think SGA has definitely gained that respect.
I mean,
I think 03 T-Mac is really good. I just think T-Mac loses out once you start factoring in the years around 03. 03 is clearly better than every other year.
And that's what I think the conversation has been. Yeah.
04 is a drop off from 03. 03 T-Mac was shooting pull-up threes at 39%. 03 T-Mac was doing some crazy things. If 03 T-Mac existed for 4 years, he'd be in some ridiculous conversation. 04, he was still amazing, but he was clearly not as good as he was in 03, in my opinion. 03 T-Mac, I'll have a conversation about him against anyone. I'll have a 03 T-Mac versus Dwayne Wade conversation. I would do that. That's how good I think 03 T-Mac was. I just think 04 is and then you get to 05 and 06 is and then 02 is
I'm just saying, if we're factoring in a multitude of years, right? And we're saying that Shai plays at this level for the next 4 to 5 years. By the way, before this year, Shai was already first team All NBA caliber. This shit is like a historic point guard season we're seeing, period. So I'm saying, if we're seeing this for a multitude of years, how the fuck does T-Mac hold a candle to it when you have more years than 03? He does not.
Because we're not supposed to be talking about the whole career. I thought we were talking about the peak. I thought that's what we were talking about.
No, but they're saying peak in terms of multiple prime years. That's what they're saying. We're not saying single season. We're saying peak in terms of multiple prime years. So I'm saying, if we have to extend past 03 for T-Mac to, contend with multiple years of Shai just at this level, I don't know what the convo really is. Well, I don't think that is a convo.
Here's the thing. So I guess I can even clarify this.
Right.
Y'all could keep still just running 03. I think T-Mac in 02 was better. I think Mac in 04 was better.
So you're wrong. Now you're on drugs. Now you're on drugs. Now you're on drugs. Now you're on drugs. Now you need help. Now you need help.
05 T-Mac. Hey, T-Mac was the shit throughout that whole moment in time.
That's four seasons right
there. Is a heavy tween baby.
I don't know.
Juan is a heavy tween baby.
02 and 03. 02 and 03 for sure. 04, 05. I think that's 4 or 5 seasons right there.
So 4 or 5 seasons better than this season of Shai duplicated for 4 years.
05, 06.
What I'm saying is look, we haven't seen the extra ones from SGA yet. So we haven't seen it yet. We're being but
we're saying hypothetical.
Okay, now listen, I understand. Now let me finish. Let me tell you what I'm saying, Gifted.
Yeah.
Okay,
now, 03 in this year, give me T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? So now you got 3 more years from T-Mac. 02, 04, 05. Now that's all I'm saying. I just need 2 more years from SGA.
02, 03, 04, and 05. Those four years.
02, 03, 04, 05. Yeah.
Those 4 years of Tracy McGrady. And this
you were going all the way to Houston?
Oh my God.
And this
I'm gonna do what I gotta do, Mars. I go where I gotta go, Mars.
Don't sleep on Houston.
Hey, Mars, wherever I gotta go, I'm going.
I'm not like I think T-Mac was still a really good player. He was like a top 10 player. I'm fairly
caliber. Yeah.
Like that's cool, 10. But like
all 3 T-Macs better than this. Yeah.
But no,
like 03, I'm fine to have the conversation.
Yes, yes. 03 T-Mac is better than this.
Hey, 04, 05, since y'all want to talk that playoff shit, gifted. T-Mac averaged 30 in the playoffs for his four straight years in the playoffs.
And I saw the splits.
04, 05, they took Dallas to 7.
Not sure the splits.
T-Mac wasn't an inefficient playoff scorer
at all.
Yeah, he was a bucket getter in the playoffs.
Now the issue is it's a 3 theory sample because he kept losing in round 1. But Shane has a 2 series sample.
I agree.
So we can't even laugh at that. Shane only has the Pelicans and the Dallas series. That's all.
But then Shea also has the regular season.
And if we gonna keep that in context, if we're gonna keep that in context to it too, let's just assume Zion's there last year.
Yeah,
if we just gonna keep adding stuff to it.
Yeah, the real shit.
Yeah.
Let's just keep adding stuff. Y'all want to keep adding stuff to it. What about this with T-Mac? What about that with T-Mac? Well, what if Zion don't tear his hamstring or whatever he did last year?
Like,
I don't even want to have a Zion conversation.
Aside from chilling Mars, can anybody tell me who T-Mac was playing with on those Orlando Magic teams?
What do you mean aside
from chilling Mars? Tell me. T-Mac didn't have an
all-time
great defense.
Yeah, Gifted. I think this is for you.
I'm not answering that.
I know you're not answering.
I'm not even breaking that down. My question for you, Ron. Ron, my question for you is this, right? I understand your love for T-Mac. What my question for you is, again, if we're just saying in a vacuum this season of Shai, right? To his point, if this season of Shai repeats for 3 more seasons, and we're just comparing that to, let's say, 03 T-Mac, 04, 05, are you saying that those years that T-Mac has in a vacuum are going to be better than those seasons for Shai? That's all I'm saying. That's my only point.
I mean, here's the thing: if we're hypothetically speaking, and once again, if Shai averages 30 for 6, 7, 8
exactly what you're seeing him do this season, just imagine he does that 2 more years in a row.
Yeah, he has a better career.
I've already said
he has a better peak.
No, but was he better though?
No,
is my question.
No, unless he plays better.
I don't get that.
Than 03 T-Mac, he's not better than T-Mac. He had a better career than T-Mac. He might turn out to be a better winner than T-Mac, but he might
got 5 better defenders. He might got 5 better defenders.
I hear that, but you're saying that 04 and 05 T-Mac are better than this year, Shai?
And 02.
Wait, you think 05 T-Mac is better than Shai?
I didn't say 05. No, I said
I just asked you 05.
03, 04.
I said 05. I said 05. I was trying to add
and 05 in the playoffs.
I was just trying to add.
So you're saying 02, 03, 04 T-Mac. You guys better than this year, Shai.
You guys have no how good T-Mac was.
Okay.
You have no praising T-Mac on this show for 2 years. I've been. T-Mac's my favorite player.
I'm not really talking to you. I mean, but even with you though, I still think you selling T-Mac short against SGA.
I said I'm fine with 03 being a conversation. I'll have that conversation. I ain't with you on this 04, 05.
05 is just nasty, bro.
I'm not with you on that personally.
You can let that go.
I mean this with all due respect. You guys know I'm not the team success guy. The 04 Magic won like 20 games.
They lost 18 straight games that season.
They sucked.
18
cool. T-Mac led the league in scoring. And I understand he didn't have a lot of help. I understand that. The team won like 20 games.
They lost 18 straight games at one point.
Okay, be that as it may. I would love to hear
worse than he was the year before.
Now remember, Mars.
He's still better than Shai. I don't understand that.
I still just want to know where would these teams be with Shai?
The team won like 20 games, and he was worse than he was the year before. I said both of those things.
Yeah,
he was playing worse. The team was worse, and they won like 20 games. All of them. I don't understand how you're praising this 04 season like it was like.
I'm praising what I seen from T-Mac. I don't have to. You be the main person saying
don't 04 T-Mac games you watch.
You be
the Christmas game against the Cavs.
That's there. What you talk about? I was there. I was leaving school, putting on TNT and watching T-Mac get busy.
I know.
Night in and night out. Night in and night out. Yes. I was there.
You were definitely. You were definitely.
We wanted to watch the T-Mac Mars. He wasn't watching Tracy McGrady play basketball. Oh my God! I hate when
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You could have watched it all you want. That shit don't mean nothing when I'm.
How many Shai games did
sorry,
I watch?
bro.
You ain't watch T-Mac play.
Okay, what if I didn't watch Shai play? I don't understand what the point you're trying to make.
The question I'm asking.
The same way I'm here watching Shai.
Single seasons. We are not
That's
talking
all
about
I wore. T-Mac.
I don't question that everyone up here has watched T-Mac. I don't question that. What I asked, because we're talking about 2004.
Yes.
McGrady.
Yes.
I'm asking you,
In his
how
peak,
many
at his
of
best.
the 20-win Magic team did you watch? How many games of that team did you watch?
A lot.
Morris, I
And
can't
then,
tell you.
how many
tell you
I remember?
I can't tell you how many games of Shai I watched this year. I don't just have a.
How
I
many
can't just be like, oh, I
I
watched Shai play.
don't know for
32
sure,
of
Mars.
his
I don't know for sure, Mars, but I
64
can
games.
guarantee.
I don't know.
It was more than
I
yours.
watched enough.
That's one thing I can guarantee.
I
then-
watched
and then
enough.
I'm
I was
just
there.
asking
I
a question.
lived
This
through
is
it.
a 20-year-old
I'm sure it was more
memory.
than you
Like,
and
there is no
Gifted
way
added
you expect me
together.
to
I
believe
know that much.
you aren't
Oh wow.
conflating years of T-Mac. There's no way you expect me
know
to
that,
believe
for sure.
that your 20-year-old memory is not conflating 03 T-Mac, 02 T-Mac, and 04 T-Mac all in one. And that's not a problem that people do that. But there's no way you expect me to remember that you just remember 04 T-Mac as its own
I remember that whole stint. 02, 03, 04.
That's
I
what
just
I'm
said to
saying,
you.
Ron. You
I
remember
just-
the stint. I'm
I
saying
just-
04. That's it.
I just said this to you.
Don't let him hit you
I
with that
just said
pin
this to
shit,
you.
Ron. He's trying to
I know
tell
what
you
he's trying to do.
that your memory
I just said this to you. Whether or not he was at his peak in 03, I said even if he played a step down from that, I still believe he was better than Shai.
That's whatever. Like, I'm not.
Wait,
I know what I'm saying makes sense.
No.
You're doing the thing that you get mad at everybody else about comparing a player to his other version of himself.
Right.
Regardless of whether he wasn't as good
The
as
reason
03.
it's relevant. The reason that's relevant in this discussion is because we're having a conversation about 03 T-Mac versus Shai. And I even said I think that's fine. I think that's a fine conversation because of how highly I view 03 T-Mac. Then Gifted asked the astute question of if Shai continues doing this level of production, playing this well for the next 3 years, so that means he has 3 years playing at this level that is already in the conversation with 03 T-Mac. That would then mean that T-Mac, although 03 is the best he ever was, he is now going to have 1 year in the conversation with Shai. Right. And for some reason, you don't seem to think that T-Mac's decline is relevant to this conversation. But T-Mac being worse than he was in 03 in the surrounding years is absolutely relevant. And the question being asked is if Shai retains this level of performance. Shai is going to have 3 years at this level. T-Mac is going to have 1 year at the level that's in the conversation and 2 years that are worse than
your conversation. That's in your conversation.
Your conversation.
Said,
what?
Oh, I know we're all having a conversation. In your thought, 03 is up here and the T-Mac's down here and it's no discussion. In my thought, in my brain, 03 is up here, 04 is here, and 04 is still in the conversation with Shai.
Okay,
I asked you 03, 04, 05. Though.
I said 02, 05. I said 02,
04 is here. Where is
04.
Shai? Okay, so ignore 03 T-Mac. He doesn't exist. He's wrong.
Okay.
04 T-Mac. Where is current Shai?
We are still having this conversation.
No, we're not.
No,
we are not, Ron. No,
see, now you lost me. Now you lost me.
No, we're not.
Okay.
No, we're
and what
not.
about 02? Chill. What about 02?
02 is better than 04.
Yeah, so I'm asking. So why? Because I want to stand on 02 and 03. All right, y'all. We can leave 05 out of here. And if y'all don't want to talk about 04, fine. But 02 and 03 are here. Okay, 02 and 03 are here.
02 is here and 02
isn't better. 02
right. But 20 and 25.
I get what you're
03
saying.
here, 02 and 25. It's right.
02 is better than 04, but it's not better than 03. But in 04, Ron, if I remember correctly, because I live in South Florida, so I was around when that was going on. That was when they lost 18 straight games. He did put 60 on Washington, I believe. It was during that time, during that 18 game losing streak. I think he had another 45-point game. He was doing everything he could to keep Orlando competitive. They were garbage because he was running around with dudes like Tony Battie, Matt Harpring. Like these are the dudes that he had on
Tyronn Lue.
These are the dudes that he had.
I watched that Christmas game they played against the Cavs last week. T. Lue was hooping. Put some respect. Put some respect on T-Lou. He was hooping in
Well, I
that
don't
game.
like this
Y'all
shit.
pull out the box score right now.
Tyloo wasn't no bum. Tyloo
I
wasn't no
will pull
bum
up
at
that
all.
box score right now.
I'm not saying he was a
against the Cavs. Let's see what.
Yeah, no, I know you're not saying that. All I'm saying is that just for context, I don't think Tyloo was a bum at all. But I do think it's quite funny. I do think it's quite funny that right now in this conversation and in this conversation only, it's certain individuals now up here and in the chat that are all about, well, he didn't make it out the first round. But when we do that with other players, it's like, oh, y'all got to remember, basketball is a team sport. Just because you didn't make it out of here, make it out of there, doesn't mean nothing. So now we're doing this for T-Mac.
I just don't think 04 T-Mac as good as this year's Shai.
But Gifted, you're also standing on this not being a team sport anymore. But that's just because that helps your argument right now today. You keep talking about, oh, the first round exit. But when it comes to other players, and I've heard this from both of y'all. Don't tell me I haven't. I've heard this from both of y'all. Y'all always want to remind everybody that this is a team sport. But when I ask you, okay,
T-Mac for losing. So
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Whoa.
Hold on. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. No, get this. Stay focused. So you wasn't talking about them.
When did I ever blame T-Mac?
You don't have to say you blame T-Mac, but what you're saying insinuates that. It insinuates that enough.
Okay. All right. So let's not deal with insinuations.
No, because we're not.
Let's deal with what was said.
Let's stay focused.
I'm with you.
Because that already happened. We're not going to go back and act like it didn't. But when we ask you, okay, well, who did he play with? Or when we ask you, well, what would happen if you put Shai on that 04 team? You say nothing. It's just straight crickets. So I'm just saying we got to keep the same energy. You know what I mean?
But the same energy is being kept.
I agree with that.